Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Geologica. Today we will see about the ocean iron fertilization, its pros, its cons, and this topic is very important for the UPSC, geography and the geology students who are going to appear in the CSIR net. So this ocean iron fertilization is related to the global warming, the carbon dioxide presence. So we will see all of this in very easy language. So when the starting of industrialization era, there is continuous regular addition of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. With the addition of this carbon dioxide, there is continuously rising of the temperature because it is a greenhouse gas. So with the continuous rise in the atmospheric temperature, there is melting of glaciers, and as a result there is sea level, oceanic level is continuously rising. To tackle this problem, we have introduced a process known as the ocean iron fertilization. So what happens, there is a scientist, biogeochemical scientist, who said, give me half a tanker of iron and I will give you an ice age. So what does that mean? Let's decode this sentence. When we look back into the Earth's history, there are several ice ages where the most of the Earth is covered with ice. With the study, with the geological study, we found that whenever there is an ice age, there is also the iron enrichment in the ocean, the natural iron enrichment in the ocean. That means the increase in the iron in the ocean is more or less is related to the ice age or the cooling of atmosphere. That's why this sentence is given. Now another thing, we have done several laboratory experiments to examine or to look an idea, is it really possible to reduce the temperature, to reduce the carbon dioxide content from the atmosphere? Then what we found is laboratory experiments suggested that every ton of iron which is added to the ocean, it can remove 30,000 to 110,000 tons of carbon from the air. So this is an important discovery, or we can say an important experiment. Only 1 ton of iron can reduce 30,000 tons or more than that of carbon dioxide from the air. Wow, we got something specific. So to understand better how this experiment has been done and how this iron fertilizing the ocean, we are adding the iron into the ocean, means the ocean is getting fertilized with iron. So how this fertilization affects the ocean as well as the atmosphere. To understand this, we should understand about the carbon cycle. We will not talk about the whole cycle, we will talk only 1 or 2 points here. Here we have the land surface, and here what we are doing is we are having the industries which is releasing the carbon dioxide, and there are several plants which are taking carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and there are phytoplanktons, small scale or the microscopic plants or algae which is taking the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So out of these conditions, only the industries are the human or man-made structures. So because of this man-made structures, we are continuously increasing the carbon dioxide at this stage of time. So definitely to reduce this, we have to increase plants which can get more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to the ocean to complete this cycle. So you can pause this video and read all of the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the 9 how this cycle is working. But we are talking about the one specific part of this cycle here. Okay, so with the industries we have increased CO2 level in the atmosphere exceptionally. So we are trying to increase this cycle up to the next level to to apply or to sequestrate all of this carbon into the ocean. Then this process is done with the help of iron fertilization. Now let us see, as an as we know that naturally carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants for making their food with the process of photosynthesis. So what happens in this reaction? The carbon dioxide and water reacts in the presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll to produce the food and oxygen. So now that's why the most of scientists is doing the afforestation. They are planting trees so that carbon dioxide can be reduced from the atmosphere. But this is possible for a longer period of time. If we plant some trees today, so they will give result after certain period of time. And also we have very less land areas, as we have already covered. Whatever land areas are there, we have put industries or whatever we have used, all mostly the land area. So we also have the certain limits over the land. That's why we are moving towards the oceanic areas, as we have many or a larger amount of water bodies on the earth. So we are trying to increase the phytoplanktons, the microscopic plants or algae present in the ocean. So we are trying to increase the phytoplanktons, which will definitely do the same thing what we are doing in the land areas by the plants. So they will also need carbon dioxide to make their food. So if there will be more planktons, more carbon dioxide they will get. Okay, so this is the condition why we are using the iron to grow the phytoplanktons. Okay, so now let us see with the iron fertilization what is positive things and what are the negative things. So positive things are, this is one of the best scientific way to reduce the atmospheric carbon, as it increasing the phytoplanktons or the small scale plants. Its small scale experiment have been done which are quite successful. They have reduced certain level of carbon dioxide. Also the iron fertilization causes the plankton bloom. Bloom means the sudden increase in numbers. So planktons are increased in the sudden number by the iron fertilization, which leads to absorb a lot of carbon from the atmosphere. This is also a good thing. Then another thing is, if we have more planktons as done by the iron fertilization, so we have the more planktons, they will produce more chemical. What chemical? A dimethyl sulfide. This chemical can drift into the atmosphere, which also encourages the cloud formation. So definitely if there is more cloud, then there will be more precipitation, and which also helps us to reduce the greenhouse warming or the global warming. So these are the positive things with the ocean iron fertilization. So what are these things? Let us repeat. First, this is the best scientific way, one of the best scientific way. Small scale experiments are successful. They increase the plankton blooms, and with the help of plankton bloom, they also done the cloud formation and further the reducing of the atmospheric temperature. Then let us see the cons or the negative side of this ocean iron fertilization. First is, it may be less efficient than it appears when applied to the open seas. Now till now the experiments have been done in smaller areas. So when we applied this phenomena, this process into the open or larger seas, maybe it is less efficient. Another point is, during their bloom, during the phytoplankton blooms, they also need phosphates, nitrates or silica. Let us see an example. You are a human. If we see that for the growth of human, food is necessary, and we are providing you continuously food and food. Definitely with the growth, with the increase in the population, water, air or the oxygen will also be needed. At the same thing happening with the phytoplanktons. We are adding only the iron, but as they increase in the numbers, phosphates, nitrates, silica is also be used by these phytoplanktons, which will depleted nearby waters. Whatever water near these phytoplanktons or near our interested areas, they will be depleted or they will be decreased in phosphates, nitrates, silica. So this will can create an certain adverse conditions. Another point is it causes the phytoplankton bloom. Okay, but at the same time the zooplanktons are there. Zooplanktons means the faunal material or the faunal species whatever are there, they started eating these phytoplanktons. So definitely zooplanktons will also started growing, which is also an effect, a negative effect of the ocean iron fertilization. Then again, only a small amount of carbon dioxide reaches the ocean floor. Now we are trying to put this carbon dioxide to the oceanic floor, but a very less amount of CO2 can be reached in the ocean floor in the form of dead cells and the fossil pellets. But most of the CO2 which is absorbed by these phytoplanktons, they will be kept in the middle water depth. So this can cause another negative part of this ocean iron fertilization. There are many other negative impact also, like if we have the more phytoplanktons, definitely they will reduce or they will block the sun rays to go into the deeper ocean. If they will block these sun rays, whatever other animals, other species are there, such as the corals will become dead, because they need at least they are only grows in the sun rays, in the areas where sun rays are there, so they will be exceptionally wiped out. Another thing is it will cause and it will start a race to the industrial pupils, to the pupils who are doing this work. So there should be an observing team or the observing organization which sees, which monitors continuously what the industrial pupils are doing, whether they are actually fertilizing the ocean with iron or they are dumping the waste material also. So there should be a monitoring committee or the monitoring organization. Then let us conclude this, the ocean iron fertilization, the we can conclude the argument in favor of this. Huge consequences of climate change, iron outsized ability to put carbon into the ocean. It is not only an opportunity, but it is also our own responsibility. The arguments which are against this is it's a merger or temporarily unverified proposition involving the private individuals. They can dump material into the common water of the world's ocean. Then there are also certain arguments which in between these, this is careful experiments should be conducted by the scientists or our best hope for learning how much carbon can be sequestrated without harming the oceanic ecosystem. So this is all about the ocean iron fertilization. What is the basic concept, what is the pros, what is the cons, and what are the arguments in between these. So if you want the PDF of this, you can join our Telegram channel Geologica 2020. You can also check out me on Instagram. So it's all about for today. Thank you. In the next videos we will see some next specific and very interesting topics. Thank you.